All right, Coach, what was the most frustrating thing and maybe what was the most encouraging about tonight?
The most frustrating is that we didn't win. The most encouraging is that I thought our guys, fought their hearts out for 40 minutes against, what I think is a great basketball team. Seen a lot of teams this year, and I was really impressed with how they play. Kind of an old school style of basketball. They don't shoot a lot of threes, but they know who they are and they play at their strengths. And so I was really proud of our guys for the fight we showed, especially on the boards. They've been out rebounding teams by an average of 14, I think, all season long. And so it's a one rebound differential for us. And so I thought I was really proud of our bigs, especially for battling.
John, you've seen Bemis do a lot of good things this season. What were your impressions of his performance tonight? Career high 30 points and several assists.
I thought he was terrific, man, in a lot of ways. He scored the ball. He always facilitates, but just his leadership and his understanding of the game. He's a very heady, PG. He makes really good plays out there on the floor throughout the game, and so he knew, as I mentioned before, we didn't have it going particularly that well offensively, so he stepped up and gave us that. And then, he gives you whatever you need. If you need scoring, he gives you scoring. If he needs just to facilitate, he'll do that. And to me, that's a mark of a really good point guard.
Coach, what were you witnessing down low there? Arizona was able to outscore you guys there in the paint 36-28 and was able to get to the free throw line quite a bit.
Well, we definitely wanted to keep them off the line. They do a great job of getting to the free throw line. They literally, this season, have made more free throws than their opponents have attempted, and that's rare in our game. And so, we had an emphasis of trying to keep them off the line. We didn't do it as well as I would have liked to. We had to foul late a number of times, so that added some of their free throws. But they're terrific. They bring such a level of physicality around the basket, whether through posting or driving it, that just puts you in compromising positions all throughout the game. And they force you to play their brand of basketball. And that's, like I said, they've done that all season long when I was scouting them, and they did it tonight as well.
Coach, when you look at Arizona's posts, they score 36 points. That's one of their lowest numbers in the paint all season. Plus, you're only one of 3 teams to come within 10 points. So you in the paint. So you've got to be proud of your bigs and how really they were aggressive in there, holding the fort.
Absolutely, I was. Like I said, I was really proud of our bigs for battling. That team right there, I watched them on tape, and I thought our guys did a great job of following the game plan and trying to defend them. It's hard to stop them in there. They have great size and weight, behind them. So, when they out there and they're in that lane, they're taking up a lot of space. Mm-hmm. And so I thought our guys did a really good job, like I said, of battling. I was proud of their effort. And we have to clean up things. We have some things we have to get better at as we continue to move through the season. But I thought the overall fight that we showed is not one thing that we have to really work on. There are other things we have to clean up and be more precise. But their level of competitiveness, like I said before, I thought they brought that tonight.
Coach, Arizona had multiple runs tonight. There was a 19-4 run over 7 minutes in the first half. How do you coach your guys to keep their heads within the game and be able to keep it close?
Well, it's a long game, and I think if you get too consumed about a team making a run, then you can go down the wrong rabbit hole. So we try to stay focused on the things that we can control. We try to continue to, try to run and execute good offense, and we know it's about getting stops. So we're trying to dig in defensively harder to try to slow them down and try to break the momentum. And we're trying to, basically complement that with coming down and running good offense. And when you do that combination, you have a chance maybe to break a little bit of a run or break someone's momentum and hopefully turn it the other way.
Coach Dawkins, this 3-game stretch, and you've seen it from being the #1 ranked team, but what's it like to take your team through these 3-game stretch as part of the season? What's the takeaway from the Arizona game moving forward?
Well, we have to continue to be better. Having faced them, in this atmosphere, which I thought was incredible. I thought our fan base, our student section was awesome. They definitely gave us great energy and gave us just what we, needed from them, that's for sure. So I take from the 3 games that we played that every single game in the Big 12 is going to be like this. And it's just the way it is in this conference from top to bottom. And we have to make sure we prepare appropriately. I think having gone through 5 games now, our players are still understanding, okay, this is how it's going to be. It's not going to change no matter whether you're at home or on the road. You're going to play great teams. It's going to be great environments.
Famous rises to the occasion again tonight several times during the game where he had I guess his own heat checks.
Well, he's like I said, a terrific young player, and he's a consummate PG. He just gives you what the team needs. If you need scoring, he can give you scoring. If you need to facilitate, he'll facilitate, and he's always leading. 100% of the time. So, yeah, he's done a really good job for us, and like I said, we need to continue to understand what we want out there and continue to go do that.
Coach, what do you think needs to change for this team to be able to win games like this against one of the top teams in the country?
We have to be more precise at what we do. We have to make sure we take care of the basketball better. We have to have, better shot selection, searching out shots that we want to have. And we need to keep battling defensively and rebounding the basketball.
How'd you feel that did they adapt like you would have liked to their physicality there? And because this could pay off later in the season when you face other teams that are just as physical. How'd you feel they handled that?
And I thought they handled it pretty well, for 40 minutes, because they're throwing body blows at you for 40 minutes. And I thought our guys did a good job of responding to that. And that's what you have to see, and that's what you have to have. I think our guys will grow from this experience. If they take it the right way, you can grow from what just happened. I hate to lose and learn from losing, but there's some lessons that I think we can learn when we watch tape and give our guys feedback that we can build on as we go forward.
Hey, Coach, in the back. So Riley Kugler took a pretty bad fall in the first half, had a noticeable limp going into halftime. Do you feel that took away any of his explosiveness in the second half and his ability to score the ball?
Well, he's been terrific for us throughout most of the season. He did take a tough fall, and that's going to happen in our sport. And I thought he did a good job of responding. He didn't complain about anything. He just went back to the locker room at halftime, came back out ready to go. So I can't say exactly, if they contribute to anything in the second half for him, but I do know he was able to go. And once you step between the lines, for everyone, it's just time to go, no matter what's going on with you. And I thought he did that. So if he had anything going on, he definitely didn't, look over at us and say, hey, I'm limited because of, I got hurt, at halftime. He didn't do any of that. He didn't make any excuses. He went out there and kept competing.
In the latter stages of the first half, your team went on a 10 for 11 shooting run. What was better about the execution? What worked to kind of get you guys back in the game?
Well, I thought Themis was a big part of that. I thought he did a really good job of either finishing or facilitating. He was a big part of that the run that we made. And that's what you have to have. You have to have guys being able to step up. And we've had different guys step up for us throughout the season. So we want to just, basically continue to try to build on those things with our execution, seeing what worked well for us. And then the things that didn't work as well, we try to eliminate them.
Coach, last time you guys dropped the conference game, the guys responded nicely with a couple of wins. You're going to need that response next time out. Iowa State losing today is going to be mad. You guys are going to be mad. Could be the makings of quite a game on the road.
Like we said, every game is going to be the same in this league. It's going to be hotly contested. You got to be able to execute for 40 minutes. You have to understand what the game plan is and go out there with the right mindset. And that's what I'm sure. I didn't realize they lost the game, but that's how it's going to be for every team that you face because these teams have a lot of pride. Like I said, every atmosphere is going to be really good. And, of course, they have a lot of talent as well.
Arizona's coach said his team has winning DNA. How would you describe the DNA of your team?
I think we have winning DNA as well. I think they have winning DNA. I think we do too. I think they won tonight. They made a few more possession plays that we made, and that's nothing wrong with that. They had a good win. I thought our guys did a good job of fighting, and we have to learn from it. But I think if you look at our body of work, I think we've had some success, and we've shown that we're capable of winning close games as well.
Few more.
Coach, you had 10,000 people listed as the official attendance here according to this, just a few short from the NIT game from back in 2017 for the most in program history. You talked about wanting Nine Nation to show up tonight. Did you feel that out there?
Oh, absolutely. I thought they were great. I mean, atmosphere was amazing, and we've had it here electric, a number of occasions, and I love that. I think that's what we wanted to build here is an atmosphere where our community comes out, where our students come out. Because that's a big part of college athletics and college basketball. The more support you can have, I mean, your team just feels, they feed off of that energy. And I thought our guys have done that throughout this season and in past seasons, when the atmosphere has been, like it's been tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, take care.